Here's another trail camera tip worth mentioning again. Whenever possible, funnel animals into your camera view, and a great way to do that is log bridges. I currently have 5. I call this my Grand Slam, my glory hole of log bridges, because it's easy for me to even walk across. Over the years, I've had thousands of animals. I've had bears, cougars, bobcats, coyotes, raccoons, possums, squirrels, lots of coyotes. So if you haven't tried a log bridge, by all means, give it a shot. It funnels the animals into your camera view, and it's just a matter of getting out in the woods and doing some scouting to find them. All right, let's go check some other SD cards. Remember, funnel animals, and you can do that by log bridges.
Okay, let's talk about those things you do before you even leave home. And part of those things are what? You get out your maps, you get on your computer and you look at satellite views. You can actually sometimes even see logs crossing streams and rivers on satellite views. Then it's just a matter of getting out there and scouting and finding logs and trees falling across a ditch, a stream, a pond, and other natural obstacles. The key thing then is to clear away the obstructions that hinder the entry onto that log bridge. You wouldn't go up a road what's blocked, would you? Then once you got that cleared out, you trim and cut off all the limbs and anything hindering movement across that bridge. The goal is always to convince wildlife it's easier to get across that natural obstacle by going this way. And then let the action begin. Ooh. Oh boy, it's always nice to get a little Robin Hood and Little John action on my log bridges. Something else that never surprises me anymore is I get a lot of bears sleeping on my log bridges. I'm guessing the streams what run under them, what are so cold, produce a nice refreshing cold air, kind of like nature's way of providing a bear an air condition during the hotter months. Either way, I get a lot of bears. I enjoy having them sleep on my log bridges. Okay, on to the next tip.
Hi, this is Doug out here in the woods checking my SD cards on my trail cameras. Here's a tip for you. Don't overlook short bridges. A lot of animals still cross them. And have multiple cameras if possible, not just at the ends, but at a side angle like this. It really tells the story of what's crossing that bridge. Okay, let's go check some of my other cameras.
Okay, hey, look at this little coyote coming across my new log bridge. Of course, it's been about 4 years now since I've been having this bridge. It wasn't always this clear and easy to walk across though. When I first got this bridge, I found it like this, covered, see the background there? It was absolutely just like that, covered with long limbs coming across, brush, and it took me a while with my little handy pocket saw, meaning one of those little fold-out saws I carry in my backpack, to clear it out. Good enough so this bear likes to come up every once in a while and lay down on this nice mossy covered grass bridge and take a nap. So be prepared to do a little work on some of your bridges. It's just the way it is. And here's another nice bear coming across. Let's go check out now another short log bridge. Nice looking bear. Now this particular bridge was the opposite. I hardly had to do much work at all. Animals were already using it, but I did clear out a couple key limbs, and by doing that, I enhanced this bridge that it started to get used a lot more. Especially by coyotes. I seem to have a lot of coyotes in this area. And they're very playful a lot of times when you get them in videos, even though they do take down my deer population, unfortunately, in this area quite a bit, I think. But now let's flip the camera around and go to the other side of the bridge and see what it looks like. And this is the other view from the other side of the bridge. And this is the same scene. You just saw the coyotes playing around each other, the one sliding off the back, and he'll jump back up here again and get on. Pretty cool. This bear is, I call him Triangle Head. He uses this bridge quite a bit to come up to the top of the ridge it leads to. And I've got to know him for the last 3 or 4 years also since I found this bridge. And of course it does make a very nice place for bears to lay down and take a nap. Alright, on to the next tip.
Well, it's another great day to be out here in the woods. Here's that trail camera tip again for you. Don't just have cameras at the ends of your log bridges. Also try to get a side view. I just noticed I have a tree kind of leaning like this, so maybe I'll be able to aim the camera up, and that's going to be an interesting shot. Just worried about the sun coming up over here, maybe blocking it, or not blocking it, but making it so it's kind of blurry. All right, remember, not just the ends, but also the sides for trail cameras. That's a good tip. All right, let's go check some other SD cards. One's right here.
Well, folks, let's take a look at one more bridge. I call this my telephone pole log bridge because it's real long like a telephone pole and about the same diameter. I get a lot of different animals crossing this bridge. And this is one I didn't really have to do a lot of work on. It's just that it's one I can't walk across, so it's a little extra work for me because I have to go down and up a little ravine or ditch, and it's usually pretty muddy at the bottom, but I don't mind. I get a lot of different animals. One thing to consider when you do have a long bridge like this is how long it takes an animal to get across. And because there's such a volume of animals crossing this individual bridge, you can see it's partly on the ground on this side, and I got animals entering and exiting every different area on this log up to where that cub is. He's actually smelling where a lot of animals enter. And because of that, there's a lot of pausing, and it's a long bridge, and so you got to consider about setting your trail cameras not that usual 15 to 20 seconds, but maybe 30 to 40 seconds. Look at these coyotes come across. Watch their nose. They really work it. They can really smell a lot of scent because I got a lot of animals coming across. And coyotes, I've had urinate, I've had bobcats squirt, and then I get bears also doing this on log bridges. You know, they do that little booty scratch or shake and scoot, and that really leaves a mark. And then I have this one. Hey, don't fall asleep on this bridge, you'll fall right off. Well, Mother Nature can really surprise us every once in a while. Hey, little one, wake up, you're gonna fall off that bridge. Hello? You're making us a little nervous. Thank you. Move along. Like I said, folks, I like to have my trail cameras not only mounted on both ends, but also the side views. But if you ever watch action movies, one where there's a action on a bridge, what do you have? You don't just have the sides and the ends. You have views from above, and that's excellent. Look at this. Now that's an excellent view, and I'm going to recommend you try this also on your log bridges. Now I know what you're thinking. I'm not going to take a big ladder to get this kind of view or climb up a tree. You don't have to anymore.
So that's why I'm going to make a part 3 of this log and log bridge series, and that's going to be creative trail camera mounting techniques, because I think it's important to learn how you can mount trail cameras at different angles, and you're not always going to have the perfect trees. So if you're tired of just seeing, video at this angle, such as a bear rubbing, and you'd like to get above, like you're in a tree stand looking down or a bird's eye view, you'll want to watch that next video. I'll talk a little more about how to mount cameras above, and you never even have to leave the ground. It's that easy. Okay, folks, so we talked about a couple things during this video. One, I think I drove it into everybody's head now. The best way to get animals is to funnel them into your camera view. And one great technique, of course, is using logs and log bridges. And don't be surprised if you're like me, you get bears coming around and deciding log bridges also make great beds. It seems that they feel pretty secure by logs for some reason. And you're going to get a lot of different animals hopefully crossing your bridges like I do, and I still get a thrill, even like possums like this, carrying back some leaves with his tail back to his den, or a rabbit crossing the log bridge as fast as he can. Not just once, not just twice, but 3 times. Okay, take care and have a good night, folks. See you next video.